Hey, this is Brian Russell, and this is Walking and Talking Spirituality. Today I'm thinking about guilt, and we're exploring the things that can hold us back from living that life that God dreams about. In the previous video, I talked about fear. This time it's guilt. If fear was, I don't have enough, guilt can hold us back with those feelings of I don't do enough. And I'm not talking about guilt over, legit things that are wrong in our lives that perhaps actually cause a true guilt. Again, that's what the gospel's about, and we can find forgiveness and victory over those things that bind us. But what I'm talking about is the more common, what I would call a false guilt. The sense that I never do enough, I'm not doing enough. And you can sum this up with the word should. And I invite you to take a look in your life and just even think about today. Is there something that you should be doing today? And if we're honest, we all put our hands up. But I want you to think about all the things that you should be doing. Maybe things you should be doing other than watching this video, right? How do shoulds make you feel? They make you feel really crappy. And they give you this false inner guilt, anxiety that I'm not doing enough. I find this particularly acute in pastors. And again, pastors aren't unique other than they expand the sense of obligation. Everybody has obligations, everybody has shoulds, but for many of us who are pastors or spiritual leaders, there's these added expectations. And so when you think about what you should be doing, you need to ask yourself a better question. Not what should I be doing, but how about starting with why do I think I should be doing this? And where do the shoulds come from in your life? Are they authentically the calling that you have from God? Or are they really the unlived expectations that you inherited maybe from your parents, from somebody that you respected? Is it somebody else's life? Or are they just false expectations projected on you? Again, if you're a pastor, think about your job description. It's like a 24/7 thing, right? There's always something you should be doing. But here's the trick. Write down on a list of paper everything that you think you should be doing or even that you could be doing. And I'm going to give you a life-changing trick to push back on guilt. Because it's pretty simple. All those shoulds and coulds, you just got to eliminate all of them. And here's what I mean by that. They either need to become an absolute must, where you own it. It's not somebody else's projection on you, but it's who you are. It's who you want to be. It's where God's calling you to live. Those become musts in your life, and that gives you a huge amount of freedom because you can get energy for something that you must do. Because notice Jesus. Jesus never did shoulds. He didn't say, I should go to Jerusalem. I should suffer. I should die on a cross. I should be raised from the dead. It was necessary. It was a must. When Jesus went and saw the Samaritan woman, it wasn't, maybe I should go through Samaria. No, it was Jesus must go through Samaria. It was necessary for Jesus to go through Samaria. So get rid of all the shoulds and coulds and either make them musts, or here, this is just important, make them won'ts. Because here's the reality. Some of your shoulds would actually be musts for other people. So the key is to build teams around ourselves where everybody's doing their musts and nobody's just doing shoulds or coulds. So go through your list and cut out the middle. It's either must or won't. There's no should. It even sounds like something Yoda might say, right? Again, I love to have a conversation. To me, this is a critical conversation that we need to have so that we can live free, live as the people that God created us to be. We got to move past our fear. We got to move past guilt. And then the last video, the next one I'm going to talk about is we got to live beyond shame. Unholy Trinity, I don't have enough fear. I don't do enough guilt, and I'm not enough shame. You crack those, open yourselves up to God's abundance, live out of the person that God created you to be, and look out, world. Love to have a conversation. Reach out to me, deepdivespirituality@gmail.com, or you can message me. Till next time, live by faith, be known by love, and be a voice of hope to others.